Good morning, you lovely, lovely people. Early Saturday morning. I'm up early because my little boy has got a bit of a cold and he's been a bit unsettled. So I thought, while my wife is dealing with it at the moment, because I've been dealing with it all night, now it's her turn, I thought I'll just go for a little walk. And I just want to say that knowing what I know now, to when I first came to the Philippines, being very green, of course, and buying a house and losing the house within 6 months, would I do it again? Well, I did do it again here, but the difference was I bought the land and built the house. But I wouldn't do it if I wasn't married and if I didn't have a child. That might sound selfish, but because you don't do it for you, as many of you know, you don't build the house for yourself. You build the house for yourself hoping that maybe you can spend the rest of your time there. But unfortunately, it doesn't always happen that way, as many vloggers will tell you themselves. The only reason I did it, and even if I was married without a child, I don't know if I would still do it. I don't know. But when my wife fell pregnant with my son, that's when I made the decision again to do what I've done, was buy the land and build a house. But I don't think I would do it if I didn't have a child, or if I wasn't with the woman for a long time, like years and years and years and years and years and years, because it's not security for yourself, really. Because if anything goes wrong, as you all know, we are virtually out. I know there is people who say that you can go to lawyers and you can prove that if you was the person who was who financed the build and financed everything else, that perhaps you can get something out of it. But as you know, here it's quite difficult to actually sell property, and the partner that you were with could make it very difficult for you. So me personally, I think if I was just had a partner or a short-term relationship with someone, I definitely would not go through the process of finding land, finding that clean title, which is very difficult. You might think it's easy. For some people, it might be easy if you go through like an estate agent or a real estate, whatever they are here. You might find it easy, but then you're going to pay a premium as well because you're paying for their percentage as well, which is probably a safer bet. But for me personally, I think all the time you're renting, you've got that freedom as well. Like when I was renting here, when I first met my wife, and we were only renting, and we had the freedom of moving around. And I think if you are a little bit adventurous, then maybe you don't want to buy a house or build a house, because then you kind of, you know, you're there, aren't you? If things, go wrong around you, like you fall out with neighbours, which is quite easily to do, I would imagine. You fall out with your neighbours, or you make enemies where you are, or discontentment, then you're kind of stuck, because you can't just think to yourself, or you could think to yourself, right, I'll sell this house and we'll go and buy somewhere else. It's not that easy here. It's not that easy. It's not so much as an investment, building a house to sell and to flip it and to make money. So I think renting a house or renting a property is probably a damn good idea, because then you can move around. You can travel to different places. You think, oh, for example, if you want to go to Dumaguete, you might go there and you might think, oh, I love this place. From here, from Mindanao, you might, oh, I love this place. So then, because you haven't bought your place and built your house and all of your money is invested here, you can do it, no problem. You just up and go. So renting has got a lot of benefits. It's got a lot of benefits. And sometimes when you do um, buy the land, or you build the house, or whatever you're doing where it is yours, it could be in a bad area as well, which you don't really know about. For an example, you might be too close to family. And then you realise that afterwards, you think, well, why did I buy this? Why did I build this house here? I'm only like a stone's throw from family. If you're renting, you can move as far away as you want and you aren't losing anything. So renting has definitely got its benefits here. And also, none of us know how long we're going to be here, because anything can happen where we might think, do you know what? The Philippines is not for me. I want to get out of it. And then because you've got so much invested here, and you might have spent all your money or all your savings, and then you've only got your pension or the little bit of income that you have, you can't afford to move to another country, which was happened to my friend when I said, the Spanish guy, he's still here now. He can't sell his place. He thought it was going to be easy because it was a lovely place. He spent a lot of money on it, and it is a beautiful location. But now he's finding out how hard it actually is to actually get rid of that place. And he hasn't got the money to be able to just leave it behind, or just to think, well, I'll leave it in the Philippines and I'll sell it when I sell it, and then I'll move. He can't. He's got to sell that first before he can get out. So there's all that to contend with as well, people, But I mean, if I wasn't married, or if I didn't have my son, would I don't think I would have put myself all through this. It's done now. We are through it. But, we had a problem with titles and everything to begin with. We had a terrible time. We bought the land, and the person we bought it off come across with all these paperworks, which, look, I'm not Filipino, and I was stupid. I should have went to an attorney. But, you do put your trust in people who, on face value, I did, because I'm too trusting in that way. Well, we had a terrible time, and we had to spend extra money getting things changed over. So we wasted a lot of money, and you guys can do the same. You can waste a lot of money, and you might think, oh, it's okay. It's only it's only this amount of money. It's only that amount of money. But all of these little amounts of money add up. They keep accumulating, and then in the end, you think, dear me, I've spent so much money, and I'm still not through it yet. I'm still not through the woods. All the time you're renting, you don't have this problem. And again, all the time you're renting, you're not fixed in that place. And the Philippines is a lovely place to be not fixed in, because you can go here, you can go there, you can go wherever you want. There's got some beautiful places. But I think when you've got a young child, I think you tend to become more grounded, which I like that. I do like to be that feeling of groundedness. But at the same time, we don't really have security, even now with me with my wife. And I will be frank as well. If we ever split up, me and my wife, and I don't mind, because this will go to her and my son. I knew that at the very beginning. But I certainly wouldn't do it again. I certainly wouldn't do the same things as what I've done again. Not out of spite or badness, but because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to blow all of your money, if that's all you've got, on building somewhere where it could, and it does, and it has happened to people where you've lost a lot. For me, it's okay because it goes to my son. But if I didn't have my son, I wouldn't do it. That's just me. I'm being honest, people. I'm being honest with you. There's a lot of stories where you hear where it does go wrong. But there's a lot of stories where people are still there now, in their houses that they've built. So, what's good for one might not be good for another, and vice versa. Someone said to me, and it was a guy that I've known for quite a long time. He said, why didn't you ever go to Thailand? I said, I don't know anything about Thailand. And then I said, But then when I come to the Philippines, I didn't know anything about the Philippines either. So I don't know why I never did go to Thailand or Vietnam or Cambodia. But it seems to me that many foreigners who go to these places, they always prefer Thailand. Or the majority of them always say Thailand is better. I mean, I don't know why I never went. It's too late now. You know, I can't really live in Thailand now, but because I'm here with my wife here. But can you guys say why Thailand is better? I mean, you know, these guys say it's cleaner, the food is better. I don't know about the prices of things. Maybe the price is a bit cheaper in Thailand as well, or it doesn't matter if it's expensive or more expensive. If the amenities are better, I really don't know. But I had a student as well from Thailand, and he'd been in the Philippines. He was studying English in Cebu, and he said, in comparison, he said because the people are friendly in Thailand as well. And this was like a man from Thailand, and one of the things that he kept saying was the Philippines was quite dirty, and he said that the food wasn't all that. But then he might not like the food because he's from Thailand, you know. Don't know. You know, you perhaps say, like, are you people can tell me why you prefer Thailand to the Philippines? It'd be interesting to know. To me, it would be anyway, because I've never been. I've never really wanted to go there for a holiday, but lately I've been thinking about it for some reason. I've been thinking about going there for a holiday. Thing is, you go there for a holiday and I think, oh God, I love this place. It's too late. I'm here, aren't I? You know, my settlement is here. My family is here. But it's nice to go somewhere for a holiday if it's a nice place. So people, you know, I mean, if you're thinking of buying property or buying somewhere, think long and hard about it. Think long and hard about it. Because all the time you're renting, you can't lose anything. You can only lose like a month's rent. If you're renting, I mean, if you're buying, it's a heck of a lot of money to lose. And bearing in mind, a lot of foreigners who come here, like me, we haven't got like a heck of a lot of money to lose. And it can be the ruin of us. It can be the ruin of us. But providing you've still got a pension or something coming in, then you can still manage to get by, but it'd still be a big pill to swallow, wouldn't it? You built a house, and then all of a sudden, the woman says, get out. Just as you put in the last nail, or you put in the last picture on the wall, or the first picture on the wall, let's just say the first picture on the wall. And she goes, what options have you got? Staying in the house because you built it with animosity, knowing that she doesn't want you there. I couldn't do that. I would just leave. I would just personally just get my things and leave, but that would be a bloody big pill to swallow for me. With the first house that I had bought, it wasn't too bad because I thought, it's my choice. That girl didn't want me out. I wanted to get out. So I left, and for me it was like a release. But afterwards I was, hey ho, like I'd lost money. I lost 2 million pesos, which to you people might not be a lot of money, but it was still quite a lot of money to me. Can't blame the girl for that. I blame me for being caught up into something that I didn't know too much about, that I was caught up in the moment of being in a tropical country, and just buggered things up for myself, really. But I didn't let that stop me. But I'm just saying, if I had to do it all again, would I do it again? No, I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. So I hope you have a lovely weekend. Saturday's going to be a lovely Saturday today, I think, in comparison to yesterday. Thunderstorms, everything. Ooh, bad. But listen, people, whatever you do, as I always say to you, do it well. My little boy's awake, I can hear him. And God bless you all. Stay safe, and see you next time. Thank you, people. Bye-bye.